Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Candace with Reasons for Hope, and I'm glad you are here and watching and joining me because I have a special guest. Well, he's not really a guest, he's part of the R4H team, but Dr. Juan Valdez, and I have him on today because he has a virtual seminar coming up on August the 8th. 8th. That's a Saturday, and so I just thought let's bring Juan on and talk about the seminar, what's going to be part of it, why he's doing it. And so, Juan, thanks for joining me today from sunny Florida.
I'm so happy to be with you today. I am in sunny Florida, really hot,
I
hot
was going
Florida
to say
too.
hot and humid Florida, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, you have this seminar coming up on Saturday, August the 8th, and I think it's an amazing opportunity for people to watch and join and tell us a little bit about the seminar, the name of it, why it's important, well, I'll let you tell the name of it and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, it's how to share your faith with your Muslim neighbors.
Yeah. So, wow, I mean, why a conference on this topic now?
Well, Candace, Muslims are the fastest growing religious group in the world. In 2015, which was the last study that we have of the quantity of Muslims in the world, it was estimated that there were 1.8 billion. That's 25%, roughly 24% of the global population. And in the States, they are growing tremendously. Islam right now is the third largest religion in the United States, behind Christianity is number one, Judaism is number two, and then Islam. But by 2040, the Muslims are supposed to become the second largest religion in the country, and by 2050, they're supposed to double in population in the United States.
Wow.
So it's incredibly relevant, and we have a peculiar situation here in the States as well, and that is that Muslims around the world, according to one survey, in 39 Muslim countries, the typical Muslim associates with only Muslims.
Mm-hmm.
95% would say they don't have any friends that are not Muslims. 95%. But in the United States, the surveys are totally different. Because this is a multicultural country we live in, 36% say they don't have any friends that are not Muslim. That means 64% of Muslims have friends that are not Muslims. Hopefully, a lot of them are Christians,
Yeah.
and have a great opportunity to share the gospel with them.
So, part of this seminar, you have a special guest who is going to be joining you on the seminar. And tell us a little bit about him. His name is Kamal Salim, correct? And
Yes,
how did you get to know him? Um, just tell us a little bit about Kamal.
Kamal is an amazing man. I met him a few years back at a conference we were both on the stage for, and I just what a loving, amazing, amazing man, and what a testimony. He was a former terrorist. He was trained in terrorist camps. He came to the U.S. To be a sleeper cell, to be able to plan events against the infidels. And he was a devout Muslim, very radical in his views, uh, and then he got saved.
Hmm.
His testimony of salvation is so powerful that that alone is worth coming to the conference. He will be sharing his testimony and explaining how a radical jihadist Muslim
Hmm.
terrorist becomes a Christian. And there will be lessons there for us on how to share your faith with a Muslim just in that. And he's a great guy. He really is. Loves the Lord. He lives in his life is constantly in danger.
Hmm.
When I met him, he had a bodyguard, fully armed
Hmm.
bodyguard, and because they have made death threats on his life, his family's life,
Hmm.
you don't just walk away
Yeah.
from Islam at his level
Right.
of engagement without those threats.
Yeah. So, who should take part in this conference then? You know, it's coming up just in a couple weeks. Who should take part, Juan?
I think almost everyone in this country has some kind of contact with the Muslim world in our country, with Muslims in our country.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a university student, I promise you there's Muslim students in your
Yeah.
university. I don't care what university you go to, as long as it's secular, I'm sure you're going to find Muslims
I
there.
know just one of my daughter's good friends from school is Muslim, and they're just, that's in a middle school. So,
Yeah, public schools,
yep.
colleges, high schools, you name it, there are Muslims there. You go to the mall
Mm-hmm.
in most cities, you're going to see Muslim families walking around.
Mm-hmm.
In every neighborhood, almost, you have Muslims. Some churches are in areas of high concentration, and those churches should all be participating in this kind of conference because that is our mission field. Sometimes we talk about being missionaries and going out and going overseas, and we have this desire to be missionaries. We have a mission field in our own country.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to go overseas. I mean, thank God for those who do, and we support them and we pray. And I'm on the board of a mission organization, and we have a missionary in the Middle East right now. He's been there for a few years, risking his life.
Yeah.
But we have so many Muslims here in the States that are easier to approach. I think every Christian should know how to share their faith with a Muslim.
So then what is going to be the format of the seminar? How is that going to work? I know it starts at 10 a.m. and that's on Eastern time, correct? So what's going
Yes.
to be the format for the day?
Well, the seminar will work this way. At 10 o'clock in the morning, we'll begin. Kamal will give, the first talk is going to be Kamal's testimony. That'll be about 55 minutes, 60 minutes. Then we're going to take a 5-minute bathroom break. Then he'll come on with a second conference in which he's going to talk about the importance of reaching Ishmael, Ishmael representing the Muslim world. Why it makes a difference, especially in the end times, that the Ishmaelites be reached with the gospel. And he's got a powerful eschatology, end times view or perspective on the importance of reaching the Muslims. And he will also engage in both of his talks with strategies from a Muslim himself, former Muslim, on how they could be reached. Then after his second talk, we'll take a break. I'll have the third conference, which will be a conference on specific strategies and tactics on how to engage with Muslims. What are the conversations we can start? How can we lead those conversations to the gospel? What are the questions we can ask? What are the questions we shouldn't ask? What we should never bring up? What should be our strategies, our game plan? Ideas for witnessing personally to Muslims, for witnessing as a family to Muslims, and for even churches, activities churches can do to reach out to the Muslim community. So it'll be a very practical workshop. And then the last hour, we will have Q&A, questions and answers. So anyone who attends the conference can type specific questions about Islam in the States, about how to witness to a Muslim, about a difficulty they may have had trying to witness to a Muslim. Whatever the questions are, they will be answered, as many as possible. We'll have a full hour of Q&A with both Kamal and myself answering the questions.
That sounds great, Juan. That sounds really awesome. Great format. It sounds like Kamal's testimony in itself is worth coming for. So,
It
if
is.
you
And the
go ahead.
good thing is we're using a platform called Webinar Jam. And the great thing about that is that you don't need to download any software. All you need is Wi-Fi. If you have Wi-Fi, you can register. You can sit at your home, in your office, wherever you want,
Right.
and engage in the conference because it requires no software. It's very easy to use, very user friendly. In addition, we're going to have materials that you can take with you. You'll be able to download some PDFs on Islam, on witnessing to Islams, and certain other documents we want you to have. And the people who attend the conference will also be able to have access to a replay online where they can see the conference again for an entire week. The replay will be
So if
available
you
for them.
miss part of it, have to go somewhere or meet someone, you can go back and watch again or later, catch up.
Exactly. And we have people, when we do these type of webinars, we have people that say, you know what, I can't be there Saturday morning because I have something, but I want the webinar. So I'm going to register for it.
Cool.
And what happens is as soon as the webinar is done, you get an email with a link for the replay. So they'll watch it Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon with their
Yeah.
family. So you don't have to, if you can't, the ideal is for you to be there,
Yeah.
because that's when you can ask questions and get answers. But if you can't, you can still watch the entire webinar as a replay.
That's great, Juan. Okay, so if you want to register, the registration link should be in the description. If it's not, we'll post it in the comments, but make sure you go to that link and you can register there for the conference. And it also has more information on that page as well if you have other questions. But post questions in the comments too, and we'll try to get an answer for you as well. So, Juan, thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join me and talk about this awesome seminar coming up. I really appreciate it, and I know if you sign up, you won't regret it. So,
It'll be amazing. It really, really is.
thanks so much, Juan. Enjoy sunny Florida.
I will.
All
You have a
right.
great day, Candace. God
Yep.
bless.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.